Of all the people that I have described, the personalities that I have described and given names to, like the cockroaches and the parrots and the stop losers and the Mousey+Boys and the Nibblers. Okay, I think, and by the way, I have a subscriber who sent me an email yesterday where he did like a Mike Norman dictionary, and he described all of those personality traits. It was hilarious. I think I'm going to post it up on my website. But anyway, for all of those characteristics, those characters, the ones I feel the most sorry for really are the Nibblers, because the Nibblers deny themselves the abundance of life and the abundance of the universe. It's all out there. You can have whatever you want. If you're healthy and able to, think, the universe offers you as much as you want. It is up to you to decide how much you want. And the Nibblers, they deny themselves, and they unnecessarily do that to themselves. It comes from, I guess, a feeling of not being worthy, okay? Not wanting to give themselves all that life and the universe has to offer. And it has not really has anything to do with my report. You don't have to buy my report. But I'm just saying, I can tell you that Nibblers, when I see Nibblers in the context or with regard to my report, when they buy and cancel immediately, I know they are Nibblers in life. And that's how they will go on, nibbling when there is huge abundance out there, basically for the taking. Okay? Now, people like the Mousey+Boys, I don't have any sympathy for them because, yes, they get abused. They allow themselves to get abused, but then they want to put that abuse on others, okay? And the cockroaches, they're basically, just into some sort of a one-way belief system, and it's kind of like they're just running up against a wall all the time. Okay, and the sociopaths, they are basically evil. They have no empathy for anybody. They could screw over anyone, and they'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and they're very, very manipulative and slick and savvy in their manipulation. That's disgusting, but that's who they are. But the Nibblers do it to themselves. It's like these flagellants. These people, it's part of their religion. They whip themselves as part of their religion. They beat themselves up. They whip themselves. So when you look at Nibblers, they're really kind of sad people. They deny themselves the abundance of the universe. Why? They have a bad or low self-esteem. They deem themselves not to be worthy. They do not allow themselves to partake in the abundance out there, to be prosperous, to be wealthy, to be successful, to be happy. Okay, it's all a beatdown. And it's all a life of lack. Okay, lack permeates everything in their lives. And they're quiet, and for the most part, I would even say they're respectful. They don't come out with the insults, with the comments. They just do it to themselves. And that's why I feel sad for them. I feel sad for them because the only ones they are hurting are themselves, and they do it constantly over and over and over again. The others I don't feel sad for because they want to project their own misery and unhappiness and abuse onto other people. Now, if you've been following along with all this kind of psychology that I've been talking about, and these kind of tongue-in-cheek names that I give to people, you could see there's a common thread that runs through all these people. It really is. That common thread is a desire to not succeed, a belief in a flawed or even a harmful belief system, very low self-esteem, okay, and their self-esteem can only be bolstered in their attempts to try to paint someone in a different light. That's the only way that they can bolster their own self-esteem, but that's empty. It's vapid. It's worthless. Okay? And I've said this before in a video that I did, and to me it's very, very fascinating. I know some of you sometimes you say, well, why do you do this? And I even ask myself, why do I do this? Because it's really an amazing journey that I've been on, and meeting a lot of you, maybe not face to face, but through these videos or emails or messages or whatever. I mean, I can see, and I've said this before, I can see immediately who is going to be successful. Immediately. And it has nothing really to do with, following my instructions. It has to do with the kind of person you are. I mean, people who are going to be successful, they allow themselves what is out there. They take it. They go for it. They don't, put up some kind of block in front of them. Resistance. Resistance creates friction. It creates heat. It generates all this kind of negative energy. These other people who make it, and I tell you, I could see it from day one. From day one, just in the comments, or the emails they send to me, or the discussions we have. Sometimes I talk to people on the phone, whatever. It is amazing. It is amazing. So it has been a great learning experience for me. It has made me a much better trader. And all these personality traits, I don't just, go fishing for some name to call somebody, but it pops out. You become very, very conscious of these behavioral traits of people, and they really kind of fall into separate categories. The stop losers, the Mousey+Boys, the Cockroaches, the Sociopath Club, the Nibblers, the Parrots. Okay, you read something in a book and you parrot it back to me. So it's really, really fascinating. But for those of you, and I know who among you, at least those of you who have been in contact with me, I know who among you is going to make it. All right, some of you are already making it. And I also know it's pretty obvious the ones who are never going to make it. And they live their life either as nibblers, denying themselves prosperity and success and happiness and health and abundance, denying it for no reason. I feel very bad for them. And then there are the others who are just, they're dark and they've been abused. I can't even feel sorry for them, even though they've been abused, because they've allowed themselves to be abused, which is bad enough, but then they want to project that abuse and turn that abuse on others. Right? It's unbelievable. And as I've said in the past, there's probably no other profession or activity or endeavor, whatever you want to call it, than trading that exposes you. How many times in the past I said trading exposes the real you? It exposes the truth. Nothing else, no other occupation can do that, as coldly and objectively as trading can. It will expose every one of you and me, and it did. It exposes you, and that's why I've been able to move on to success. It exposed me. I had to admit who I was. For 30 years probably I didn't. That's why I tell you all, some of you make mistakes in the beginning, and I say, don't worry, you're just learning. I made mistakes for 30 years. The mistake family for me was an enormous family. It had so many brothers and cousins and sisters of the same mistake. Now, of course, I'm stealing from Jesse Livermore, but so there you have it. So that's my breakdown. I feel really, really sorry for the nibblers. Bye.